Hi, good evening, everyone. So I actually went through my text messages earlier to see when it was that I started. I met Marty and Nino personally on August 11. Um, I started that night. I put on the silent night because one of the things that I was telling Marty and Nino was that I wasn't having, a good night's sleep. So that was one of the things bothering me because when you don't sleep well, the next day is just not good for you. So I patch that night. I patch with the Silent Night and the X39. And I'm here with my husband in the background. I'm sorry. You know. So I patched that night with the X39 and the Silent Night. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I slept like a baby. I went to sleep. I did not struggle actually falling asleep, which was my main problem. I would toss and turn, toss and turn, toss and turn, just to try to get finally go to sleep. It would sometimes still would take me hours. And I was taking medication, because I take medication. Well, I have diabetes, I have nerve pain, I have restless leg, I can go on with the things that I have. So I slept like a baby. I woke up, and the first thing when I opened my eyes, I said, "Oh, I feel refreshed," which one of the things was I wake up like a million trucks run over me at night. Like that's like I ran 20 marathons. I don't even know. So I felt refreshed and I was like, okay, could have been, the silent night. I didn't know which one because I used both.
It
So
was the dinner
it
from
was,
last night.
yeah, from Marty and
From
Nino, yeah.
Marty and Nino.
So I went ahead and I spoke to Marty. She called me, and I spoke to her and she told me, well, why don't you? Because I explained to her, I didn't know which one it was. So she was like, well, use the X39 in the morning during the day, and then use the silent night at night. So that's what I did. And I continued having, good night sleeps. To this day, I am able to go to sleep without struggles. If I wake up in the middle of the night, I go back to bed and I fall asleep. It wasn't like that before. Sometimes he would be like, okay, I wake up and I'd be like, oh my God, I just woke up again in the middle of the night. And then I'm like, how am I going to go to sleep? Back, again. And right now I just go like, okay, I woke up, go back to sleep, and I don't have that worry anymore. And I patch every night. I wear the X39. I was just telling Marty yesterday when we met again that I switched from the 39 to the 49 because I wanted to try it out in the sense that I have also a lot of pain in my legs, and I think it's because of my veins. And then one of the things, like for example, today, I was noticing that the pain that I have on that leg is not there. I don't have that pain anymore. The nerve pain that I have, I'm not gonna tell you that I don't have it. I do. Sometimes I do have it, but is it as bad as it was before? I don't think. There's days that I'm good. There's days that I'm not good. You know, I do believe that this is doing something for me in the sense of my sleep pattern has completely changed. I'm able to go to sleep with no problem. I'm like, this thing works. The silent night works because I am able to go to sleep. And it was honestly because of my husband. He's been really worried about me, my health, and all that stuff. And he got again in contact with Marty, how happened, and he told me, well, why don't you try it? Because I take so many medications. And here is I invited my brother-in-law Manny Fernandez because he has heard the countless
He
issues
could
that
vouch.
I
He
have,
could vouch.
so he knows
I have a third party.
I'm not lying. He knows that what I've been going through. I had nerve ablation done, and the recovery is worse than the pain. I believe that 100%. So I went to meet Marty and Nino. They welcomed me and my daughter to their house. They talked about the product. I saw Nino. I believe when my husband told me that he met him before, how he was doing before and how he's doing now, because I'm a very skeptical person and I needed to know, that I needed to see it to believe it. If I don't, then I'm gonna be like, yeah, but So I saw Nana, Marty's mom, and I was like, I mean, this lady has more stamina than I do. This lady is amazing. And I know my brother-in-law also, he struggles with back pain, this and that. The other day we were talking, he was telling me, oh my God, I have vertigo. And I'm like, oh my God, Manny, are you okay? So, you know, I know that it might not be like from night to day, like you're gonna feel so much better. But from August 12th to today, I can tell you that I have noticed certain things in my life
Yeah.
that with all the medication that I take, they weren't happening, especially my sleep pattern. They were not happening. My doctor he told me, okay, now don't take one, take 1.5 to help you sleep. And I was like, okay, so I'm adding more. It did not help me go to sleep faster or easier. Then he told me, okay, well, take this medication for the muscle pain. I'm like, I've been taking it for, quite a few months. Eh, it doesn't. Do I have a little bit more energy during the day? I can tell you I do, especially at night. I do.
That's good.
Um, but my big, big, big game changer
Mm-hmm.
was my sleep pattern. My God, was that. And what I was telling you yesterday, Marty, the fogginess in the brain. Oh my God, it was bad, ladies and gentlemen here. It was bad. I would walk into a room and I'll be like, what am I here to do? And my husband can tell you it was every bad word in the book. I would start like complaining and saying, and I was like, oh my God. Yeah, beep, beep, beep. And then it was, I was like, why? The worst thing when I started noticing was when I forgot my phone number, and I'm like, my phone number, I just forgot it. I'm on an office depot, and I don't know what my phone number is. And I'm like, 954, I would have conversations with people, and I'd be like, um, trying to find the word because I couldn't remember the word.
Mm-hmm.
My husband, I was having conversations with him, couldn't find the words. Like I was like, I would tell my daughter, "What is that? What is that?" Like I'm like, so brain fogginess. I'm gonna tell you, it was like the sleep. The next day, I'm like, oh my God, I'm remembering things better. What is going on? Honestly, I was like, this works. Like Marty told me, it will target probably what you need most in your life at that moment from your body. And I think my body said, when I put the patch on, said, they two talked and said, okay, so what does she need the most? Brain fogginess and the sleepiness and the sleep pattern. I'm sorry. And to me, I mean, that was it. I'm still patching to this day. I'm not going to stop patching. I'm patching my daughter now because she has a cold. We don't know if it's allergies. We don't know what it is. So I patch her. I'm telling her, put the X39, put the X39, you know? So yeah, that is my testimony. I mean, those big things in my life,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, those
Yeah.
big things in my life changed and got better. And I'm patching and I'm gonna continue patching until I can.
That's awesome. And you're only like 3.5 weeks in. So
Yeah, since August 12th. Yeah.
we're looking forward to having you come back in the next couple
Yeah.
months because you're just getting started. So how exciting.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
And
know,
you know what? It's coming up like my 6 months.
mhm,
It's passed for my nerve ablation on this side, the right side. And
mhm.
my doctor told me it could last from 1 year to, I mean, from 6 months to a year. So I've gone past the 6 months, and I was telling my daughter the other day, you know what? It's coming back. I was feeling the pain already radiating to my arm. And I was like, oh my goodness. So I'm probably gonna have to do this all over again, the ablation, which I don't want to, because like I said before, the recovery is worse than the actual pain. So I'm patching and I'm
Patch
hoping,
away.
yes, and I'm hoping that it won't come back, or it won't come back as bad as it was before. And I'm telling you, I had the symptoms, the feelings, I had them that day. Ever since that day, I'm not having them again. So here
That's
I
so
am being
great.
hopeful.
That's right. And you're just getting started.